Charlie Kirk was on the live today. I don't like to use that word just to appease some, though I don't want my videos deleted. For the same reason, Charlie Kirk was on the live. So let's get into why some of us soldiers, my background as a soldier, brings me to a point where I can love my enemy. How can I, as a soldier, how can I love my enemy whose job it is to take my life, while it's my job to defend myself by any means necessary? So, famous Roman leader, name escapes me again. I think it's Marcus Auralius, talks about how he has, in his own words, cared for his enemy. And love is a strong word, though I feel confident I can say I have, and I'll continue to say that I can love my enemy whose job it is to take my life. So, how did I come here? How did I get to a point where what leads me to believe, feel, say I can love somebody for doing their job? Because it's my job to do the same, for one. Another is to for that reason I can respect them doing the best they can when they do with the information they have, if they can. I'm gonna hate on people watching and say a lot of religions talk about loving your neighbor. I mean, a lot of people talk about it. Many struggle to practice it. And now I believe what Marcus Aurelius writes about is in a similar way I do, that about, I don't remember what Marcus says about punishing or trialing somebody for the wrongs they've committed. The best I can explain why somebody should not be trialed for their wrongs is exactly because we do the best we can when we can with the information we have, if we can, in fact, do something about it. So, why if? What if we can't do something about it? Easier said than done to say we just got to do something. Easier said than done. Why would somebody not be able to do something about it? But Chris Voss explains, and others, Daniel Kahneman talks about both Daniel and Chris and another famous neurologist, Ian Robertson, talks about the survival brain and how we can choose to do some things while there's many things we can't choose to do. It's complicated. So choosing is sometimes easier said than done. And Chris and Ian Robertson, among others, talk about the how another person's tone of voice, pacing, behavior will control the behavior of others by the mirror neurons in a brain. Easily understood in that yawning is contagious, laughter is contagious, all our behaviors are contagious. It's not as seen as easily when it's as easily as yawning and laughter. Though the same practice, the mirror neurons affect almost everything. Our actions, behavior, personality. The CIA takes it one step further and they refuse to, maybe not refuse, though the words used are by Andrew Bustamante are they do not hire. They tend to avoid hiring anybody with any drama, because that, like other behaviors, mirror neurons affect others. So and Ian Robertson, world famous neurologist, he has a book called The Winner Effect. Says we can choose to control a lot of our behavior, and gives the example of everybody on Earth is susceptible to our survival brain, where we hug on the left because the right side of our brain is not as fearful. By that I mean the left side of the brain is dedicated to fear of loss. And so so people hug on the right. Ian talks about goalies tend to go on the right when they're under pressure, and goalies can control that by being mindful, taking deep breaths when they're under pressure to make sure that they can follow the ball or the puck no matter the pressure's on. And so I can love my enemy whose job it is to take my life. It's a choice. And Charlie Kirk made a choice. I don't know if Charlie could hate or love his enemy or be indifferent, though it sounds like he can from things he's spoken of. I don't know that we can encourage society to put their differences aside, though I think this culture I've chosen is a result of my lived experience, beliefs. Feels like my words, actions, and beliefs align, and I don't know what I can say for or against Charlie. I don't know what I can say for or against the people that hate Charlie, though I feel it's easy to love my enemy. I can say that today. There was a time I couldn't. And that's what I'll go back to and close on. We do the best we can, when we can, with what we have, if we can.